spaghetti. Spaghetti is on the menu here at the Young's house, and I am so excited because I love me some spaghetti. How many of you love spaghetti like we do here at the Young's house? Baby, when I tell you, I got the perfect recipe for you. I do something special with the sauce. Let's just talk about that. The way I make this sauce is like finger looking good. You're going to be licking your fingers. You hear me? People are going to ask you, what did you put in the sauce? And why the spaghetti tastes so interesting and so good. I got a secret for you. Here's what you're gonna need for this recipe. Of course, we're gonna serve our spaghetti with some good Texas toast. This is not the kind with the cheese on it. It's just regular garlic toast, right? You're gonna need a beautiful bell pepper and a nice sweet Vidalia onion. Today I have breakfast sausage. You can use any kind you want. This is a maple breakfast sausage, 1 pound. And then I also have 1 pound of ground beef. It's just an 80-20 ground beef that I thawed out several hours ago. And your favorite spaghetti sauce, if you want it to taste like Gina Young style, you're gonna use this chunky Prego. That is so good, y'all. When I tell you, I love it because it's packed with so many vegetables that really amps up the flavor. Okay, so I have 2 of these. I always pretty much use both of these full bottles, okay? When I make spaghetti here at the Young's house, my husband don't like regular spaghetti noodles. He don't. He like the thin ones. And so I have the thin spaghetti noodles, and I'm gonna tell you something interesting that I do to my spaghetti so to turn out perfect and not mushy, okay? Now, we got some spices. So everything can come together and taste magnificent. We're gonna be using some salt and some pepper. We have onion and garlic powder. I got some parsley flakes just so we can make everything gorgeous. I'm gonna use some Sazon in my meat today. This is a Sazon packet. It comes 10 in a pack. You can literally find this at any dollar store or your local market. It's gonna give the meat a beautiful color and an interesting, great taste. And I may just throw some chicken bouillon powder in, but one thing I am gonna do, I'm going in with some sugar. The sugar is never to make it sweet, just trust me on that. My daddy, when he would cook spaghetti, growing up, I was always watching. I was sitting right there watching, and he would always say, put you some sugar in the sauce to kind of balance out the acidity that's within the tomato sauce, and it works. Yes, it alters the flavor a little bit, kind of gives like a umami taste. Make them say umami, and they will every time. Never to make it sweet, but enough to make that flavor taste good. We're making spaghetti that's you're gonna be so excited. First thing we're gonna do for our delicious spaghetti today is start with your 1 pound of ground beef and your breakfast sausage, ground breakfast sausage, any kind you want. And for the people that don't eat pork, no worries, because you can use like a turkey sausage, okay? So let's get these to go in on a medium-high heat. One ingredient I almost left out, but it's never too late. At least I got it now. Fresh garlic, not the kind of garlic that's packed in the oil, y'all. Not the kind that's floating around in water in a jar. I've seen people call that jarlic. I call it lazy. I do. I do. Fresh garlic. If you're making Gina Young recipe, please use fresh garlic. Okay, so we got some beautiful garlic here. We're going to do something interesting to it. It's going to take that sauce up 100 levels. First thing we're going to do, let's get started on our sweet Vidalia onion here. I'm just going to chop it into like medium pieces, and I'm going to chop that green bell pepper into the same size. And we're going to cook this right along with our meat and our sausage so the vegetables can flavor the meat, and it will, trust me. I'm using this much of the onion, and I'm going to use that whole bell pepper. You really don't have to use a green one, just whatever kind of bell pepper you have. Let's get the onion right in the pan, just like so. And then we're going to start on this green bell pepper, and then we're going to dice up this garlic nice and fine. And what we're going to do, this is my secret, and this is going to be your secret too. We're going to chop this garlic up, and we're going to fry it in a little bit of oil. You hear me? And here's what we're going to create. We're going to create a garlic-infused oil, just a little bit, that we pour in our sauce, and it's going to make your sauce the boss every time you make it. I hope y'all are having a good day today. I really do. What are you all having for dinner? Share with me what's on the menu at your house. Cut our bell peppers, and then we're going to get them right in with the sausage, the beef, and the onions. Yo, I've been hearing some stuff about the new beef that's coming in. Are you guys eating the new beef that's coming in? I want to hear from everybody. I do. I'm glad I got beef in the freezer because I don't know. Oh, no. Bell peppers going right in, and then we're going to start on our garlic. I'm going to show you how much oil I'm using so we can fry this garlic. And listen to me, when you fry that garlic, you want to get a golden brown crispiness to that garlic. It's going to perfume the whole air. It's going to smell so good. So I have about, let's just say this is about 2 tablespoons of oil. No more and no less, okay? Watch what I'm gonna do to this garlic to get the skin that's on it off. I just take the side of this knife, give it a whack like that, and look, voila, the skin comes off. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you're gonna be peeling for days. And so for the people that buy the garlic in the jar, that's all you gotta do. And then go to chop it. It's so fresh and it tastes so much better. Scoop this garlic up, get it in here, nice and fried up. Now be careful when you're frying the garlic. If it gets too dark, throw it away and start again. The reason why is if you fry this a little too much, it gets a real funky taste and you don't want that. Let's go ahead and get our garlic bread right onto our cookie sheet in the oven, 350 degrees, just until it's a little crunchy and lightly golden brown. I'm not a fan of garlic bread that is super crunchy, right? Because it hurts the roof of your mouth. So I just go in, I put this in the oven until it's just light and I can feel that it's a little toasted, and I'm good with that. See, and we probably won't even eat this until evening time, Reasoning for mentioning we won't eat this until evening time is I meant to say you can put this in the microwave, but when you heat it up, because you can heat it up perfectly, right? Just about 12 seconds, and that's all you're gonna need to heat this up. If you go any longer heating your toast up, you're gonna destroy it. It'll be like a brick. We're gonna get started on our thin spaghetti noodles. Behind me at the larger stove is where we're gonna go to cook this. I've brought my water up to a boil, and you always salt the water. Salt the water so you can give the noodles some flavor, right? But listen to me, this is the trick. When you're cooking any type of noodle, doesn't matter if it's an elbow noodle, a bow tie noodle, a shell noodle, you cook them for 11 minutes, they're gonna turn out perfect. They're gonna be al dente, which is chewy to the tooth and never mushy. I've already salted the water. If you don't wanna use salt, you can use chicken bouillon powder to really amp up the flavor. Let's make our way back here. Going right in, and guess what? We are not using oil in here. A lot of people think that if you put oil in there, it'll keep them from sticking. All you gotta do to keep them from sticking is give them a nice stir, right? Once you stir them, they're not gonna stick. Now listen, here's what I learned throughout the years of mini cooking. Your sauce will not stick to these noodles if you've put oil in here. So there's no need to do it. Now, if you wanted to have the noodles separate from the sauce and serve the sauce on top, then you can put oil in. And there it is, crispy garlic infused oil. And when we pour it in, you can pour as much of the oil in as you want and all of that. So tell me, I want to hear from everybody, when's the last time you had spaghetti? Not just any old spaghetti, spaghetti that tastes good. When's the last time you made some spaghetti? Are you going to make some? After you see this video, I want to hear from everybody. I tell you one thing, honestly, if I could just be honest, I literally could have spaghetti once a week. That's how much I love it. Y'all, I love the way this meat smells right now is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, it smells good. And the garlic smells good. The garlic bread is cooking up. Our noodles are almost done. We're moving in the right direction. It doesn't take forever to make spaghetti. Here's what I love about spaghetti is the next day it tastes better. Kind of like lasagna does, once it marinates, and chili. Chili is the same way. The next day and the next day after that, yum. Let's go ahead and put some seasoning into our meat. I'm going right in with this onion powder, and honestly, I ain't about to be shy with these spices. You hear me? I'll be shy with the salt, but that's it. This is the garlic. Even though we're using fresh garlic, still garlic powder because you have to. Black pepper. And the Sazon seasoning packet that we spoke about. Yep. And some salt, and we're going to mix it up. Very soon we'll be taking this over to the sink and draining all that oil that we don't want to digest. Garlic bread is done. The noodles have been drained. Here's the noodles. The garlic bread turned out perfect. And the meat, we've drained the meat. So now we're going to go ahead and put this in. Just like this. And yes, I'm one of those people that puts a little bit of water in here, put the top back on and shake it so I can get everything out. You got to do that, y'all. Don't waste all of that, right? So let's get this going just like this. And now we're about to give this some flavor. Watch what we do. We're going in with that garlic infused oil with that crispy garlic in here. Ooh, Oh, yeah. If you got too much oil, don't use it all. Use a little bit, okay? Look at that. There we go. That's where the flavor is happening. So now what you're going to notice is we seasoned the meat, but now you got to season the sauce. Yes, this sauce is amazing, but you still got to bump it up. And we're going to do like my daddy would always do, put that sugar in there just like this. I want to know, do you agree about the sugar, or are you just saying no? It ain't gonna make it sweet. All right, look at this garlic powder, or this one's the onion, garlic, black pepper. Decide if you want to use some chicken bouillon. I'm not going to use it today. I'm going to do me some salt. Okay, we're going to mix everything up. And baby, guess what we're getting ready to do? We're going to let it simmer. Look at this garlic bread. How gorgeous is it? Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. So now, we've let this simmer for quite some time. My hands are clean, and I'm going to grab the noodles and put in my desired amount. I always like to tell everybody, kind of balance it out a little bit. You don't want to have a little bit of noodles and a whole lot of sauce, or a whole lot of sauce and hardly no noodles. So just give it a nice stir around, see what it's looking like, and then you can keep adding more, right? Just like this. I'm going to be serving the spaghetti today to my family with a fresh Caesar salad. So I'm going to cut the romaine, fresh romaine, and I use Parmesan cheese, and I use Caesar dressing, and I put a lot of black pepper on top. But I won't be making that salad right now. I'm going to make it as soon as I'm making their plates, so it can be nice and fresh. I don't want it just sitting in the refrigerator, you know. Y'all, oh my goodness. Come in real quick, baby. Yes, make you some. If you enjoyed today's video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on? Tell your family and friends. Tell the world what Jeannie Young's doing in his kitchen every single day. And Father, on today, I thank you for this meal. Your hedge of protection, your love time, your mercy, and your understanding. No weapon shall prosper. Father, thank you for what you've already done and what you're in process of doing. Amen. Stay right here. We got to taste this. We're going to plate it up. We're just going to taste it. Just one little taste. Yes, because I want to sit down. You know, I want to really sit down with my family and enjoy this. One more. Oh my goodness, because this is it.